What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is Max, and this is also Mura Tech Talk. Alright, I'm actually making this video. This is my inaugural video, so welcome. If you've never heard of me before, it would not be entirely surprising. But I'm actually making this reactionary video to a tweet that Jon Prosser had made from Front Page Tech, and he basically had said, what's going to bolster sales of smartphones going forward when we have these $1,000 plus phones? And obviously the answer is not more $1,000 phones. I don't know anyone that wants to spend $1,000 plus on a cell phone every year and a half or so. And that's probably attributing to why people are holding on to their phones a lot longer, especially Apple, considering how long they support their phones for. And I also thought that, we need to get back to this model of developing phones where you have a budget option, and Apple doesn't really do that so well. They offer, their version of budget option is offering two previous generations of the iPhone. You can still buy the 8, and I'm pretty sure you can still buy the 7 with most carriers. But even then, you're spending $400 to $500 on 2-year-old tech or year-old tech, and that might not matter to some people. But having a budget option that is new and something like they did with the iPhone SE, I think would be one of the more ideal scenarios. When that phone first came out, it was pushing around $400, and it slowly started coming down. And then once it was phased out of production, you could get the clearance models on the Apple clearance section on their website for between $250 and $300, which at that price, it's a steal. It's like buying the 6th generation the regular iPad for $250. And I also think that's why companies like Samsung, they have this huge line of phones. You have the A series, which is their budget line, S series phones, Galaxy S series, which is their flagships, and then the Note, which is also another flagship device for them. I'd be willing to wager most of their sales are not coming from the flagship series phones. I would have to look at the data, but if I had to make a guess, in other markets, I'd imagine the A series is doing a lot better. Now, again, I don't have the evidence in front of me, so this might just be anecdotal, but I would imagine that most people would, they can't afford these phones, even on monthly plans, are going for the budget options. And I can say from personal experience, where I work, that the people I help with using their devices aren't bringing in flagship devices even half the time. I'm seeing LG K series phones, I'm also seeing stuff like the LG Stylo, Samsung A series, or even the J series, if you remember those. And I'm also seeing that T-Mobile Rebel phone that's been coming around a lot lately. And then the folks that have iPhones, I'm seeing stuff that's 2 to 3 years old in some cases. So I guess, this is just, again, just a reactionary video. Let me know what you guys are using in your pockets. I know for myself, my version of a flagship phone is, I'm still using my OnePlus 6T right now to record this video. It does everything I needed to. And I really had no problems with it. And as John said in his video yesterday, what's going to make a person change their phone is not going to be if they're happy with the phone. It's going to be if they're unhappy with it. Is the phone making them frustrated? Is it going to be easier for them to transition to the new device? Is the price right? I think those are all things to consider, and these companies don't need to innovate, not as much as they used to, at least. We're at a point now where we really do need to start refining these devices and bringing costs down. When Steve Jobs was still around, the MacBook Pro line, after that new body design change to the slimmer design, this was before USB-C ports, they actually did have one price break when they updated, I believe, to the 4th generation Intel processors. I have to double check that, but they did do a price decrease for the 13-inch line at one point. So I'd like to see stuff like that happen more often, not just with cell phones. They've already done it with the MacBook Air. They finally realized that $999 is the sweet spot for the base MacBook Air. And if you're a student, it's a little bit cheaper. I even saw that on Best Buy recently. You can get it for $899 for the base model. If you need more storage, I believe the 256 on sale was $1099. I don't know if that sale's still going on. As of last weekend, I did see it, but you have to double check. All right, guys, leave me comments in the section. Let me know what you think. What do you think's going to make, bring back the smartphone market, or if this is just a downward decline that's going to continue since we're so saturated anyway, as people hold on to their devices for up to 2 years, maybe even longer. So anyway, this is Max. You're at Tech Talk. Have a good one.